Hello Twin Flames, this is Victoria and I'm here with your daily energy reading. We're gonna do the classic reading today, but instead of the connection part, so we're gonna check the energy for Divine Feminine, Divine Masculine, and then what is the best outcome in the current situation for each of them. So what is the forecast if they progress, if they take appropriate action. Okay, and I'm gonna start with an oracle card. It's gonna be the Enchanted Map Oracle. I'm gonna pull a card for DF and then for DM. Thank you for joining me. If you like what I'm doing, if this video resonated, please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, or comment. If you'd like to make a donation, there is a link for that down below. And there is also a link to the Amazon wishlist. It's mostly tarot cards and stuff for the channel, so if you wish to support me that way, you're most welcome. And then of course, if you're wishing to order a personal reading or coaching session, please do not hesitate to reach out to me via an email address. And I appreciate you all guys for joining me today and those who consistently support me on my channel. So Divine Feminine, you have the Wishing Well, number 48. I don't think I've actually gotten this card. I'm gonna read it from the book just to make sure I'm not missing anything. Desire is the most important impulse for creating life. Now you're seeing the relationship between desire and inspiration, and sensing that moment of truth when you feel the inception of new life. It is an aha moment when everything makes sense. Perhaps you recognize a soulmate or are conceiving a baby or an idea. The Wishing Well card awakens you to the presence of unseen forces that enable new beginnings. Divine intelligence activates the field of possibilities where a new life is co-created in a magical way. Neither you nor anyone else can know how or why this happens. It just does. To that end, you can't control the process of growth. Rather, you must step aside to be a channel for higher forces and relinquish any attachment to how this new creation should appear or when, i.e., release expectations. Form your intention and take action by dropping the coin into the Wishing Well. Then trust in spirit. Prepare to be amazed. Prepare to be amazed, Divine Feminine. Make sure you got your intention straight, and the divine knows where you're going and what where you see yourself, so you can collaborate with them. And it's not to say that they're still not going to surprise you, but at least you're on the same page of what you're asking for, right? What is important to you right now. Okay, what about Divine Masculine? There is our plan and there is a divine plan. And it's important to trust that the divine plan is better for us than what we have in mind. Divine Masculine, what's happening for them? Deep Freeze. Yeah, I had that card for one of my zodiac sign readings recently. Yeah, so this is a time of hibernation. But I'm getting that it's interesting. It's also, oh no, actually it's 48, 26. No, never mind. One is 12 or 3. This is an 8. So for masculine, it's time to kind of hibernate, revisit, certain events from the past, see some new connections, connect the dots between certain things and kind of cause and effect in certain events in their life, and also to do some healing, because they've been, and remember in the readings over the last few weeks even, they've been having a hard time one way or another. It's, to some it's more intense and it's the actual dark night of the soul. For others it's a little bit easier, but it's still certain kind of eye-opening moments through challenge, through tower, through fear through something that's breaking in their life, that whether it's the mentality and mindset or actually something falling off, like relationships, jobs, I don't know, beliefs, right? It's been big. They've had it like, wow, in a pretty loud way. So now it's time to integrate that knowledge. Even if it wasn't full on kind of, yeah, let's just break it and start anew, even if it was something a little more minor, it's still something that they still need to kind of recover from, to heal, to release, to forgive themselves for making certain mistakes I'm hearing. Okay, let's get into the tarot. So what's happening for Divine Feminine right now? What's the energy of Divine Feminine at the moment that we need to know of? Oof, Four of Swords. It's actually not a bad card. It's a little bit trickier in this deck, but we'll get a clarifier. What about Divine Masculine energy? Strength and Five of Wands. Yeah, so this is kind of like standing up to the continuous pressure and illusions from the society. Because although they've received new information in that chapter before the hibernation, right? In the recent past, now it's like, you know, it's that feeling, I'm sure you can all relate in your ascension journey, where you know a lot, you have this sacred information, you feel like you're on a different level now, in your consciousness, in your awareness of what is going on in your life and in general. But people around you who you talk to day in, day out, they don't have that information. So you kind of feel like an alien, right? There is still this kind of inner conflict of how much they want to reveal to people, right? How much is going to change my lifestyle in 3D, this knowledge that I have, right? There is still this calibration time. So it's the time where Divine Masculines can still get sucked into the older ways, and they're supposed to show strength. They're trying to be strong, not to fall back into those patterns. Okay, so what's the most positive outcome from this situation for the Divine Feminine? Knight of Swords, I like it. What about Divine Masculine? Oop. A lot of cards. Okay, so we have Ten of Pentacles, Three of Wands. Just gonna organize them a little bit to get some clarifiers. Let's clarify Four of Wands, Four of Swords, I'm sorry, for the feminine. Alright, we have Queen of Cups and Nine of Cups in reverse. Let's clarify the strengths and Five of Wands for the masculine. Oh, sorry, it flew away. The Fool in reverse, yeah. Yeah, it's like a preparation space I'm getting. Like, you know, when you're doing a squat jump, and this is the part where you're like preparing for the squat. You're like in the position. Sorry, you're in a squat position, you're preparing for a jump to the next level. Let's clarify Knight of Swords for feminine for the outcome. Knight of Wands, literally two knights facing each other. Please clarify Three of Wands and Ten of Pentacles for the masculine. They have Ten of Pentacles, come on, I mean. But they are more 3D in general. They kind of, wherever, and this knowledge that I was just talking about, wherever they get this knowledge, whichever level and realm it is from, they're still more eager to integrate it into their 3D reality. That's how they're wired originally. This clarifies Three of Wands, Ten of Pentacles for the masculine as an outcome. King of Swords. Love it. Bottom of the deck, Nine of Pentacles. Yay. And here we had Nine of Wands. 2 nines. It's interesting. 9 is the last prime number, so it's kind of like completing the first circle or cycle. Doesn't mean it's the end of the road yet, but it's where there are first results of like everything starting from the conception of the idea to the to taking action, and then, you know, drawing conclusions of that experience. Okay, so Divine Feminine, you have Four of Swords, clarified by Queen of Cups and Nine of Cups in reverse. Yeah, so certain manifestation that you've been trying to bring about, you know, to something that you wanted to bring into your life in the recent past, that it either came in a very painful way that you didn't expect. It was supposed to be a loving and joyful experience, and it became very exhausting and even heartbreaking. So you're kind of like, this is like a fallen soldier in this deck, right? It's like resting after the battle. And, you know, or it just didn't work out. You decided to go a certain way and you understood that either it wasn't the right way after all, or this was just that layer of lessons you were supposed to learn, or other people around you were supposed to learn, right? So this is the time of like, yeah, I can't do it anymore, I need a breather now. So you let go of the outcome and you are now taking shelter to recover from the battle. Divine Masculines, I've already spoken about it, so I'm not gonna get too much into the detail. Have Aquarius energy here with the full way in Aquarius season now. So this is this is an additional push for the masculine to be ready to take a leap of faith, right? To turn this, but like I said, to me, this is not even being in denial. This is like a preparation step. This is like the remains of karma and 3D noise that needs to be cleared away, and they need to be strong for that in order to be able to jump, to do that squat jump. The outcome for the feminines is these 2 nights. So I'm getting this is the realm of thoughts and of actions, that once divine feminines take care of themselves, recover fully, and, you know, really nurture themselves, they will have from that recent past, if they transmute that energy in the correct way, so that it doesn't become a burden, but they actually learn from it, and they, you know, they forgive, they release, they do all that transmutation, that actually that experience is going to give them a lot more confidence in their thoughts and in their action going forward. And this is the main card. So once you're more confident in your thoughts, you're more confident in your action, and it's more clear and loud to everybody. So it's not like, you know, when somebody's shy and they're trying to do something but it's awkward and people aren't even sure what are they trying to do. No, this is going to be loud and clear because of that recent experience that you had. For Divine Masculine, it's you know, setting intention for their happily ever after, like actual plan that seems realistic, right? Look at the King of Swords. King of Swords is very logical and very pragmatic, very intelligent as well. It's a strategist. They don't just dream. They don't go into emotions. It's all very clear and thought through. So, as a result of Divine Masculine staying strong and eventually taking that leap to the next level, they are going to be able to manifest, right? This is setting intention, this is a manifestation process. It's like step 2 or 3 or whatever out of 4, right before it actually happens. They're going to be able to set intention for their happy life, for what they see as happy, joyful, successful for themselves. They're going to see clearly what that means to them, and they're going to be able to bring it about, to attract it to their life in a healthy way. How cool is that? I think that's something worse, going for it and showing strength. Okay, last but not least, let's get messages. Let's get a message from DM to DF. Not gonna go into explanation too much because I don't want this reading to get too long, but I think those cards are pretty straightforward, so I'll leave it to you to interpret it to what it resonates for you. Okay, so Divine Masculine says you already know that you are very special, and happiness is my priority. Notice this is 21, which is 3, and this is 3. So they are getting into this divine collaboration between the divine. I'm getting in this case is the divine, it's their higher self, or like the soul level, and their conscious mind. It's pretty cool. What about messages from DF to DM? Okay, got a couple here. This love scares me. Let me have you, and then now is not the time, and light. A little contradicting, right? But basically Divine Feminine is saying, you know, you are the light of my life, and this is so big, I'm still a little scared and still need to work on my own fears, on my own wounds before we can really be together. So now is not the time. But they definitely want to do this with you, Divine Masculines. Okay, I hope this has been good for you guys. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I'll be back with more readings very, very soon. Bye, everyone.